Shalom. This is love. This is me once more. And this is part 11. The Father God Yahweh, he didn't just stand around giving orders on how to build the porking beans. It's what they were calling it. The people were calling it, but he called it liberty in Miami, Florida, what they're also calling Mount Zion. And he didn't stay up in his heavens playing golf. No, he got involved by rolling up his white sleeves of his work shirt and pants. He picked up his tools for construction work. So when he and the angels were done, it looked like a beautiful city. Humongous, huge. People knew that it must have been the Creator at work. It must have been God. It was a miracle. It was so many apartments. And he's the only one who's willing to build worlds. So they had their suspicion that it must have been God. They were soon to find out. So anyway, there's no other low income at the time housing project nowhere in the United States. None. And eventually, a little bit later, none had 700 apartments. It was 500 square feet one way and 1,000 square feet the other way. Wow. The Lord, love himself, Yahweh. When he's good, he's good. Nobody surpasses him. And the downhearted poor families, they grew to love God and gladly called him Yahweh, Yahweh the Father, openly in the Florida streets because he was visibly seen there. You outsiders, you missed it. He was standing around right there before the people's eyes in his earth body. They were fascinated and they needed him like all of us do. Then right away, he called Adam, who had been in his suit, his earth body, labeled with the name Lot. So Adam, Lot, he flew in. He had took a plane to hurry in. Yahweh the Lord had walked about the city in the cool of the evening, like it's mentioned in the scriptures. Imagine God walking the streets in the cool of the evening on earth. My. Distributing flyers, okay? And many Miamians were calling him Moses also. Because remember, that was the earth body that he wore. The one that was labeled Moses. Just like clothing has, labels. So when Adam flew in, this time around, they would join one another standing side by side within one body. Not like they did while being Abraham and Lot, Yahweh and Adam. No, they were separate in two different bodies at that time. But this time, they had appeared differently as father and son, one body. And if you read John 10:38, it reads, "The Father is in me, and I am in the Father." And originally, it meant that Yahweh the Father had to join his son Adam, had to, inside of the one body, because that particular mission was the most dangerous one on earth, because enemies, they were done writing. Remember, if you're following me in the other tapes ahead of this one, I spoke on how 9,000 tried to kill, God Yahweh, and they were coming at him on all sides. But it's a long story anyway. So back to this one. The enemies, like I said, they were done writing, and they wanted to do physical harm. They wanted deadly action. They wanted to kill Adam as well. But Adam, he was bold regardless. He was daring, and he was unafraid. He knew his father, who was the whole world's father too. Adam knew that the mighty God, Yahweh, his Father, was with him, conducting strategies one after the next. And then those of you who heard Adam eventually as time went on, you know what I'm talking about. You can agree with me when I say he was bold. He was unafraid when he got up in that pulpit. He said, my father this and my father that, Boy, I tell you, he promoted his father. His father had his back to hurricane after the next. But I won't go ahead of the story, so please go to the next part. This is Laura herself.